Moving is super stressful. I can tell you from personal experience because as you can see by my storeroom behind me, I am right in the middle of it right now. But there are plenty of tips and hacks that you can use in order to make the day less stressful. So stay with me. I'm going to bring them to you now and hopefully make your next move a little bit easier. Hi, it's Robin with SeniorSafetyAdvice.com. Tune into our channel for tips and hints for seniors and caregivers to age in place safely. So, moving, anyway, we all need to do it at some point. Sometimes seniors are downsizing. Sometimes you have a life change that takes you to another city for a job. Whatever the reason, moving. So, the first and most important tip that I can give you is to make sure you declutter. The second you know you're going to move, make sure that you go through things and start either donating them. You can get on a Buy Nothing group. I'm a member of one here in my community, and those groups, that's a Facebook group, and those groups have been great because people are giving things away. So it's an exchange type of a thing. I might give my leaf blower away, but somebody else might give me, I don't know, a painting that I like for my home. So investigate those. Obviously, donation's a great way to go. We have an animal shelter here that has a thrift store, so I donated a lot of our items ahead of time to them. That they were just things that either I didn't want to have to deal with a garage sale. So there were things that I would have put in a garage sale, but they were too small to really list on Marketplace or something like that on OfferUp, which is another way that you can get rid of your items. But in this case, I donated them to the thrift store. They'll use it to the funds that they get for selling the items to support the animals, and I feel good about what I donated. So however you have to get rid of things, make sure you start purging and doing that early. So 7 to 8 weeks ahead of your move, if you have that much time, you want to make sure that you start looking into how you're going to move. If you're going to use a professional mover, you want to start researching companies. If you're going to do the DIY route with a U-Haul or something like that, then you also want to look at that and find out what your options are for truck sizes and the cost, if there's any mileage cost, things like that. Get your expenses figured out ahead of time. And do research on the professional movers. Make sure that you're reading reviews, Yelp, Google, different places like that, and make sure that you read the reviews. Don't just look and see if they have 5 stars, because there are companies out there that maybe did really well a couple of years ago, and since the pandemic, now all of a sudden they can't get good help and they're running late or damaging furniture. So make sure to actually read the reviews. Don't just go by the star rating. Once you hit 6 weeks out, you want to make sure that you're gathering your supplies for packing if you're going to do any packing on your own. So make sure you're scouting around for boxes. You can get those. I have gotten them from the place that I worked before. I've gotten them from grocery stores. I'll pick up liquor boxes at the liquor store. Actually, there's a place near us that does dialysis, so I've gone in and gotten plenty of boxes from them. So you can also, again, look on a Buy Nothing group or on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. A lot of times people just want to get rid of their moving boxes when they are done using them, and they'll give them away for free. So check into that. You also want to gather bubble wrap and cutters, box cutters. You want to make sure you have enough packing tape on hand so that you don't have to run out in the middle of packing to go get more supplies. I actually have had to do that, so that's why that's a big important tip for me. You also want to think about maybe getting, definitely you're going to need Sharpies, a marker, something like that to write on your boxes so that you know what is in each box. And some people will color code the boxes, so I've done that before where I've had pink stickers and that goes into the bedroom, and yellow stickers go into the kitchen, and then you just label those boxes with those stickers. Makes it easier for the movers on the other end to know exactly where to put things without having to ask you. So investigate all of your supplies. Also, when you're about 6 weeks out, you want to start looking into medical insurance. If you are relocating to another state, you want to be sure that your medical insurance, the current coverage, will also cover you in that other state. In some cases, under the Affordable Care Act, if you're in one state, it's not a portable insurance account. So in other words, you can't just take it from the state you're in to a different state. So you want to look into that and find out what your options are for wherever you are going to be relocating. At 5 to 6 weeks out, you also want to make sure that if you are using a professional mover, that you schedule for their services, or if you're going to go the DIY route, make sure that you reserve a U-Haul or whatever. Depending on the time of the year that you're going, it may be difficult for you to get a truck of the size that you want. So just make sure to do that ahead of time. At 5 weeks out, you want to start closing down your local memberships. So if you're a member of a gym that's just local to you and not a nationwide gym, for example, then you want to go ahead and start taking care of ending that subscription. Maybe you have a subscription to a car wash service. There's one near us and they do a monthly service or a monthly subscription, so you would want to take care of arranging for canceling that in the next couple of weeks. Also, that brings to mind if you have any gift cards for things that are a strictly local place, a local restaurant that's not nationwide, a local store that you have a gift certificate or a gift card to. Make sure that you use those up right now as well. 5 weeks out is also the time to start packing whatever you're going to take care of packing. Even if you're using a professional mover, there's going to be certain things that you're going to want to pack on your own, so make sure to start doing that now. Once you hit 4 weeks out, you're going to want to start taking care of any medical records, having those forwarded, dental records. If you have a pet, you're going to want to contact the vet and have the pet's records forwarded to wherever, wherever you're going to go. In a lot of cases, you have to sign a records release form to have a lot of the stuff done. So you're going to need to have time to gather those forms, fill them out and send them back, or fax them or email them or drop them off, whatever, but you're going to need to take time to do that. So it's a good time about 4 weeks out to start that process so that you have plenty of time if it takes longer than you think. And you also want to keep packing. Once you hit 3 weeks out, you need to start thinking about forwarding your mail. So get that set up. You can easily do that online at usps.com, which is the website for the U.S. Postal Service. You can fill out that form online. Also, you could stop into a branch of your local post office and fill out a card that you would just leave then at the post office with one of the people behind the counter. And speaking of that, this is the time that you also want to put your new mailing address on any bills that you're going to receive through the mail. Any account changes, utilities, you need to, at 3 weeks out, start changing your utilities. So either you're going to need to set up to transfer the service to the new place if it's local, or you're going to need to end the utility at one place and start it at the other, or end it entirely. But 3 weeks out is the time to do it. I actually just got online with our water service here and found out, believe it or not, they will only turn on or turn off the water on certain days of the week. So I think they were already scheduled out like 3 weeks from now, and you can't do it 5 days in the week. So I have such a little choice of time that it's just silly to me, but regardless, it meant that I needed to hop on this even sooner than 3 weeks. So make sure you keep that in mind and keep packing. At 2 weeks out, you're really continuing to pack. You're tying up loose ends. Whatever you haven't gotten to as far as like turning off utilities or things like that is the time to wrap it up now when you're 2 weeks out. Once you hit 1 week out, a tip is to go and buy drinks and snacks for yourself and for the movers. Having extra energy that you would get from the snacks is going to keep everybody moving, and it'll make your moving day a little bit more efficient. The movers won't be dragging on the other end. I mean, I think about how heavy some of the furniture is that I have, and they definitely will have earned some snacks. And by the time we get to where we're going, I probably am going to need a snack as well. So make sure that you do that. The next thing to do is finish up any remaining packing that you have left of things that you're going to take with you. The other thing that I would highly recommend is to pack an essentials kit. You're going to need one for your personal items, you're going to need one for the kitchen, and you're going to need one for each bedroom. So the bedroom essentials kit is going to be sheets and blankets and pillows for the bed in each room that's going to be occupied by a person. So in other words, if it's just you, then you only need one, but if it's you and two kids who each have separate rooms, you're going to need three. So the reason for this is because when you get to the other end, you want to make your beds first. That way, when you reach the end of the day and everybody's totally exhausted, you can fall into bed and you don't have to worry about trying to dig out the sheets, who knows what boxes they're in. You already will have the bed set up, you can just go to sleep and start fresh the next day. The essentials kit that you're going to want for yourself is personal items like a toothbrush, hairbrush, comb, toothpaste, medications. I'm talking like, Tylenol, or if you have any prescription medications, anything cosmetics, things like that that you would want to personally have on hand, because again, they may get buried in boxes and you might not see them for the next week. So make sure that you have personal items with you so that you are taking them in the car and you can lay your hands on them right away. The other thing for the kitchen is an essentials kit that has things like paper plates, forks and knives or disposable utensils, paper towels, a cleaning kit, in other words, like Lysol wipes, again, paper towels, things like that, so that you can clean a bathroom really quick so that somebody can use the toilet. You can clean something up in the kitchen if you need to. You have paper plates to eat off of because, again, your plates are probably in the 683rd box on the back of the truck and you're never going to see them for another couple of days. And that brings to mind, also think about locating a local restaurant at the new place that provides takeout. That way, like know where your nearest pizza delivery guy is, or maybe there is an Asian restaurant or something like that that has takeout that you can quickly pick up or that they will deliver. That way you've got food and you don't have to worry about it while you're moving in. Also, 1 week out, I would tell you to start condensing things into other rooms. So in other words, in our house, our dining room, I took some of the boxes out of the dining room and I put them into our living room. Now that frees up space. The dining room itself is empty because we sold the dining room table and the hutch. So that's all done. I can clean that room now and I don't have to worry about cleaning it on the actual day of the move. So speaking of cleaning, not that you're going to do it on the day of the move, but you want to make sure that you're leaving the place clean, especially if you want to get back a security deposit if you're leaving an apartment, or if you're leaving a home that you have sold, you want it to be clean for the next people. So make sure that you take this week to do a lot of that deep cleaning and getting things ready for the new people. It's just, in my opinion, it's always better. You don't want to have to clean when you get on the other end, so it's a pay it forward kind of thing. I just always try and clean as much as I can before I leave so that the next person isn't walking into my mess. There's more information in the article that I've posted down below in the description, so please take a moment to look at that. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you did find that it was, please take a second to hit the like button and don't forget to hit the subscription button over in the corner here and the notification bell when it pops up, and that way you won't miss any of our informative videos. I hope your next move, if you use these tips, that it makes it a lot easier for you. And until the next video, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.